everybody's inspired by the people that I'm inspired by.
Right.
Like, I'm not that young to be inspired by, like, I'm inspired by songs today and music. So I'm like, I like that singer, like, I like their song, I like that style. I'm inspired by that kind of stuff. Specific artist, I'm not really inspired by. But Chris Brown is definitely one of my biggest inspirations.
Yeah,
he is such a talent. I watched him at the Grammys. I was at the Grammys. I watched him win Album of the Year for Fame after all his turmoil. And just to watch his career and what he's really, really done, he really doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, at all. He's just such a true talent. I think because of his past, people don't want to let it go. But it's like, when are you going to let it go?
But you know what's funny is that they don't let it go. They don't give him too much.
And then they give him shit like, why are you not... Y'all need to let this go so he can, like, it's...
But, you know, he has more streams than Drake. He's above Drake in streams.
I'm sure. He does nothing but release hits. That's all he does.
I saw him. Now, when they do these deals that they're giving with this, you would know this. And I had another guy in here, but I wanted to ask you because I knew you were coming in. What is this? I wish
360.
Yeah, can you explain
basically,
what the heck a 360 is?
Okay, basically,
I know it's a bad deal. I know that much.
Just the gist, basically. I mean, there's a lot of shit that goes into it, but it's basically, we'll front you all the money. Okay, here. I'm going to give you $500,000. You can do your album, you can do your publicity, you can do this, and this, and this. You do everything on the list. Now, I'm giving you the $500,000. You owe me $500,000. If you sell one album, you still owe me that money.
So, the person who signed you, they owe you the $500K.
Like, say they basically just front it to you.
Okay.
And then, how do you pay it back if you sell like 2 albums?
Oh, so you have to pay this back.
Yeah.
Okay. So
then they also get a percentage of books, this in the movies, you name it. They get, it's like percentages of everything. But there's things called peel-aways, and I mean,
what is that?
You can peel away certain things. Say your name gets big enough, and you're like, I'm not even signing a 360 deal.
But if you already signed the 360, you're
If
dead.
you already signed the 360 deal, you're screwed. That's why you do that before. You have to have the knowledge.
So you felt that maybe it would be big, and it ended up being big.
I watched every person I ever showed it to cry. Every single one. I watched grown men cry that I've never even seen, like, show emotion. So I was like, oh, shit, this might be something. Because I never say the word dad.
Yeah.
So it could be relatable to anything. And mothers, fathers, anybody that ran away from you, I guess.
That's why I liked it, because, you know, like, it's like therapeutic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I like those kind of songs with, like, lyrics where you can just sit back and you're having a bad day or something, and maybe it's a sad song or whatever it might be, but you can just sit there and just calm down before you got to go home and deal with whatever.
I have a friend, and he will kill me for selling the story. I won't say his name. But he loves that song so much, and he would put a certain, like, at the very end when I'm like, yeah, saying, like, it's like his favorite part, and like he'll fall asleep to the song. He's like, I put it on, I just fall asleep. I'm like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But it's a nice compliment. It's so cool. Like,
because he probably does it to fall asleep to calm down.
Yeah,
but
100%. That's
when
what
he's
it is.
having a bad day, he probably also listens. It's a
relax. Yeah.
Right here.
I love it.
I had it on,
Thank you.
I was I had it actually in the car. You know, a couple different, because I like to hear how it sounds in different cars.
I'm the same way.
Even though I'm far from a musician, you know. But I like to see how it sounds under different equalizers and everything just because of all this.
I'm in my headphones. Whenever I got to listen to songs, headphones, car, radios, DJs. Like, I hear everything before I finally do the final mix, and then I make my decision.
Now, when you do your beats, right, or when you get beats, do you buy the beats? Do you lease the beats?
Everything is usually created right in front of me.
So
I won't.
You do it yourself?
It's not that I won't accept beats to be. I don't do that. For me personally, I have nothing against it. I'm not against it. It's just when I go to create a song, I like to be in the studio with the producer, with the writers. I want the energy to be connected or whatever. I just want, let's create from scratch.
So tell me how this happens. You walk into the studio. How's it go to make the beat?
For me, I'd be like, all right, well, I want this style. Like, oh, I like this song from whatever, like back in the day. I'm like, I like this song. I like these elements. Can we try to like make some cool elements like that? Yeah, okay, well, I like this too. All right, okay, let's try to incorporate these kind of sounds or these elements. And then we do, and then I'm like, all right, what do I want to sing about? Well, and then I go. So for the new single Radio, I want a really sexual song, but I love double entendres. So let's make, I want to sing about it, but like let's not put it in your face. Like, what we're really talking about. So I took a break for a minute. Not on, I think it was just God's plan. I had to grow up. And I grew up mentally, spiritually. It's just crazy. I had to take a second. And
did you maybe have to like fulfill yourself before
I never
you
really
could...
was. I think I was just in my own world for so long and didn't really know what reality was. And I thought I was just going to become a pop singer overnight, a pop star overnight. And it's like the reality of all these overnight sensations are, they really put work into where, like, and then it pops. It's like, no, they were been working for a while. So you got to start from the ground up, and I realized that, and I took some time and worked, did more music.
So you guys are doing a documentary. When you talk, Kory, try to talk inside. The camera's going to be a little bit fucking off, but we'll just stick to the live view. Yeah, there you go. So you're going to do a documentary, right?
Yeah. It's like the life of Kory kind of.
Episode type things, life of Kory. We're going to, when we cross that bridge, when we start editing, we'll see what it will turn into. But the aim is like the weekend life of Kory, music title, beginning, whole thing, episode 1, this is it, a goal is happening, some drama happens in the middle, whatever happens, yeah. It's kind of a journey, basically.
And when do you think it will be out, or the first episode will be out?
Well, I don't want to put any dates yet because it's kind of like
Today was the real first official day of filming.
Okay.
But we are going to have even within today we had so much footage.
So are you gonna do episodes? Is that what
we're
gonna do?
Well, music focused on myself and my vocals and just the business and learning and trying to absorb everything I could, and now I think it's time for me to
start rocking out the albums and everything else, right?